Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Sunday Sprints. I decided yesterday that I would do some more writing sprints for today just to get a little bit more productivity in. Yesterday we did about 4 hours and it was very productive. So today I'm thinking I'm probably going to do 2 hours. That'll give us 4 sprints. I think that'll be pretty good because I still have to do my Sunday reset and like get everything ready for the week. So I want to make sure I have time to do that. But we will see where we are if we want to go longer. But I'm aiming for 2 hours. And I just realized I didn't introduce myself. So my name is Maggie. If you're new here, hi. If you are watching this on replay, hi. Welcome to the Writing Sprints. The goal of this session is to get as much written on your work in progress as you can, but you can also use this as a productivity sprint. So if you want to clean, cook, whatever it is that you need to be productive about, and you want to do Pomodoro sprints, that's basically what we're doing today. I am currently working on my work in progress, Project Shadow. It is a historical espionage story that is set in the Marvel Universe in the 1940s. I've already got it outlined and plotted. What I am working on and have been working on this month is storyboarding, which is basically where I'm taking the entire outline and breaking it down into scenes and mapping out what each scene entails. So that is the characters that are involved in the scene setting, the goal, like what happens in the scene, so like what the characters' goals are, what the characters' reactions are to what happens in the scene, and all of that, whatever that entails. So the point of doing that is that it's going to help me as having a reference and guideline for when I actually start drafting, so that I don't go way off course, because in the past I have been what's called a pantser or a discovery writer. I prefer the term discovery writer. It just sounds a little bit more sophisticated. But as a discovery writer, you basically write what is in the top of your head, and that can go off track. So like, or at least for me, it has gone off track where I write whatever pops up, and then the story doesn't follow a path. It takes a drastic turn, and then I never finish it. So I'm trying to avoid that with Project Shadow, and I'm trying to plot it out and keep it on track so that I can actually finish it at some point. So we're working on the storyboarding today. Again, yesterday I worked on it and I got a bit done. I had to rework some stuff. So that has been the theme this month, and there's been periodically I've had to rework things, but at least it's being reworked now, and it's not being reworked when I am in the middle of drafting and have like 60,000 words in. So let me go ahead and post this. While I'm thinking about it. Okay, I was putting a post in the chat, which is basically saying that I am happy to have you guys here if you're going to work alongside me, either right now today, or if you're watching this on a replay and you're working beside me. So go ahead and put in the chat what it is that you're working on today and what your goal is for this entire session. Good morning. How are you? I have my coffee and we're sitting down and we're ready to go. I ran 5.6 miles this morning. So if I sound tired, I am. Hopefully this coffee will help. Welcome to the sprint. I'm assuming you're still working on what you were editing yesterday. I was just saying that I am working on what I was working on yesterday, and we will jump right into the first sprint. I think I'm probably going to do 2 hours today. We will see, because I want to try and get some cleaning and stuff done. Yes, coffee, much needed. I don't know how people survive without coffee. But I'm thinking I'm going to do 2 hours today. We will see what happens closer to, if we want to keep going or not. But my goal is to at least get 2 hours today, because I want to, later this afternoon, I got to like do Sunday reset and all that stuff. But let's go ahead and hop into our first sprint. Good luck on your writing, and I will check back in with you. Well, for you, you're editing. Good luck on writing or editing, and I will check back in with you after the break. right, guys, welcome back from that sprint. I hope it went well for you. Let me know in the chat how much you guys got done. I got 397 words written. So I think that's pretty good. I am still working on fleshing out the scenes for my first 2 acts. I am going to have to add in some more scenes, so I'm kind of like brainstorming what all I want to add in, and just trying to make sure that it stays relevant and that it's not like that every scene matters and it's not just fluff that I'm adding. Started a new chapter finally. So are you still editing your chapters, or are you like writing the next draft now? Still editing. Gotcha. How far in your manuscript, I guess, are you? Are you like still in the beginning editing, or are you like halfway through or closer towards the end? Going to stick it out till the end. Yeah. 75%. That's good. Oh, well, you're like there. You're like a good way through. When you're done editing, are you going to like make another draft of it, or are you kind of doing that as you go along? I'm just curious how everyone does their editing stuff. I'm nowhere close to editing. I don't even have a draft. So it'll be a long time before I get there. Here we go. About like 2 minutes left on our break, and then we'll jump into another sprint. Oh, this coffee needs to kick in. I will print out and edit there with my red pen. Okay. Okay, so are you printing it like chapter by chapter, or like an editing chapter by chapter, like print out a chapter, edit it, print out the next chapter, edit it, or the whole thing? Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I probably would just print the whole thing out too. That way you don't have to print it every single time you go to a new chapter. That would make more sense. I'm so curious. How many pages is it? I'm curious. When people say they print out their manuscript, I've seen the videos of people on here, and they have like a manuscript that's like this thick, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm curious how big it ends up being. Place it in a 3-ring binder and edit. Okay. Yeah, I wonder how much it'll be whenever I get to a little over 100 pages. That's good. That's hefty. Did you print double-sided? I would do double-sided to save paper, but still, that's like what, like that, a chunk that big? It's a hefty novel. I'm so curious what mine's going to be like when I get there, because I'm counting words right now, but none of it is towards my manuscript. It's all towards like outlining and stuff, and I'm only just counting the words so that I can like say I'm making progress on it. Single sides. Okay. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm only counting words right now to show that I can like just be like, oh, okay, I'm making progress on it. But they don't actually count because they're not towards the manuscript. They're just like drafting brain dump type notes. Outlining. I thought you were a pantser. Yes, I am a pantser, but I'm trying to plot this one out and outline it. My pantsing tendencies. And because this has been in my head for so long, I really want to do a good job on it. And I'm worried if I do pants it, then I'm gonna screw it up. So I outlined it, and that's what I'm working on right now, is doing the scenes, like outlining the scenes of what I want to happen so that I have like a guide to follow. When I actually start writing, it's gonna be like pants. I'll like add in a bunch of other stuff like for the scene, but I'm gonna try and follow the guide to stick to it. If you are outlining, you are a plotter. Yeah. No, I'm trying to be a plotter. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But when I get writing, we'll see if it stays that I'm a plotter, if I completely go off the rails. I'm trying not to go off the rails, so I'm trying to be a plotter. But I'm a pantser disguised as a plotter. There we go. I tried it and failed. Yeah. That's why it's been going so slow for me. Like I've been plotting for like 3 months now because I'm like it's very difficult. But the timer just went off, so let's jump back into our next sprint. Good luck with your editing, and I will check back in with you on the break. right, welcome back from that sprint. How did it go? I got 307 words on that one. And I did not get like scene mapping words done. It's mostly like characters and relationship development, because I realized I'm going to need some of that in these acts, like before, like added into the scenes. So I'm trying to figure out like how the characters interact with each other and whatnot, so that I can then go back to mapping out the scenes better. So little side tangent this last sprint, but it went pretty well. I'm making progress, which is good. But how did that go for y'all? What all did you get done that time? There it goes. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's what I wanted. Check the chat, see if anyone's posted. No. Alrighty. But yeah, I think that went pretty good. I am probably going to do 2 more sprints. We'll see how we're doing around that point. I feel pretty good about where I'm at. You got stuck in a paragraph. Okay. Like trying to figure out how to edit it, or like you got stuck because you got sucked into rereading your own work? Because I've done that before, where if I go back and reread something, I just kind of get sucked into the story and then realize I'm not editing or doing what I was supposed to be doing. So, but I think this is going to be good. What I'm working on now. I think I'm going to have to add in more scenes. Spinning your wheels. Okay. Well, hopefully, like, you'll be able to map it out over the next sprint. But what I tend to do when I get stuck is I just kind of like open up a new like notepad or something, and then I just brain dump like I'm talking to myself. So I'm like, well, what if this happens? Or what if this happens? Or, oh my gosh, I like this idea, but nah, maybe not this. And that kind of helps. It's like a little bit rambly, but it helps me kind of think through it. So I don't know if that's something you could try that could help you, but that's essentially what I was doing this past sprint. Was I was doing that as far as like trying to figure out the characters' relationship with each other, so then I can add in more scenes to the first 2 acts. I'm really hoping I'm not going to have to add in a bunch of scenes. I think I might be able to rework a couple of them to make the dynamic fit, but I'm trying to make it so that by the time you get to the first plot point, it's like devastating to the reader, because it's like you've built up this normal life, and then the first plot point is like where everything gets lost and she's thrust into the new world. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to like map it out where it's going to be like build up to where like the reader gets really invested in these people and their relationships, and then when they try to escape and the escape fails and everything goes crazy, then it'll be more of a letdown for them. How far are you in? How close are you in? So I have everything plotted out. I know exactly like the how the whole story is going to go. I know the beginning, middle, end, everything. What I'm doing is I'm going back scene by scene and doing like mapping that all out. So as far as how close am I to that, I'm like 2/10, so about a fifth of the way through, going back and mapping out all of the scenes. But I know how the whole entire story goes, and I know how I wanted to end and everything, which is good. But I'm having to add in more stuff to kind of like build up to it. Went off. So let's hop back in our next sprint. I will check in with you at the next break. Good luck. Happy writing/editing. Welcome back from that sprint. How did it go for you guys? I only got 148 words that time. I kind of went down a rabbit hole for a moment there. I don't like that. Let's do that. I was working on the characters, and then I got sucked into figuring out like what the characters would look like. Then I ended up on Pinterest and was down a rabbit hole of the Pinterest board that I made for Project Shadow, and then like adding sections to it for specific characters, and then looking up like what they would look like, what they would be wearing, that type of stuff. So you did too. You had to research desks. You fell down a rabbit hole of desk research. Okay. I'm picturing like a Gothic style desk based off what you said, like an old antique looking wood desk or something like that. Just because I remember you saying that your book was Gothic themed. But yeah, so that sprint was not very productive for me. I only got 148 words. But we have a few minutes left on our break until our next sprint. How are you feeling overall? Do you feel like you made good progress today? Or are you hoping to get more done? I think for me, how many words is this so far? Oh, wow, that's not bad. Okay, I totaled everything up so far, and I'm at 852 words for this morning, which is pretty good. Again, it doesn't put me anywhere close to my 20,000 word goal for this end of this month, but progress counts. I take my time. Part of the fun is that I have no deadline. Yeah, I don't really have a deadline. My goal for this month was to get 20,000 words. Like I was hoping to finish this storyboard this month, but things just kind of got like sidetracked and whatnot. I'd like to get this done so I can start drafting. Ideally, I would want to be done with the first draft by like August or September so I can like take a month off and then go back and edit it and have like something tangible by the end of this year. But I don't have an actual deadline. Do you listen to podcasts, like writing podcasts or just like podcasts in general? Because I listen to some of them. I'll listen to what is it? Hold on. There's one that's like it sounds like an old time radio show, where they do what is it? Well, there's Lore. I listen to that one. That one I like because that one's like kind of like ghost stories and like fables and stuff. There's where is it? Unsolved Murders, True Crime Stories. I like that one. That one sounds like an old timey radio show. They do like the sound effects and stuff that make you kind of feel like you're in the story. For writing, no, I do not listen to writing podcasts. I don't actually know of any. So if you have any good recommendations, I don't mind checking them out. But yeah, I don't listen to any for writing. I do listen to music though while I am working and whatnot, but I don't listen to music with words because I found that kind of distracts me. Let's see. Helping writers become authors. Oh, I have seen her website. That's KM Wyland. She has a bunch of books. I've read her books. I didn't know she had a podcast. Uh, come authors. I think it's KM Wyland who does that. But what is this one? The Kate and Abby show. Oh, yeah, I've seen Abby's YouTube videos, so I do know Kate and Abby. I just haven't listened to their podcasts or anything. But the helping writers become authors, I'm pretty sure that's oh shoot, what is her name? K.M. Wyland, and also like I think it's Angela something. She's the one that writes the emotional thesaurus. Because that's on my what is her name? Oh my gosh, this is gonna bother me. Angela Ackerman and Becca Puglisi. Yes, they wrote that. So I know like they have a website helping authors become writers. It's KM Wyland and then them two, they were on it as well. And I've seen all of the stuff on the website and I've read her book, KM Wyland's plot structure book, that one. And then I've also read her creating character arcs and her writing your theme. Highly recommend those if you have not read those. They are, let me see if I can put a picture of it here. Let's see. What? Okay, so, oh, it won't let me. There it is. Okay, so the structuring your novel one, that is one that I highly recommend. I read that. That's where she goes over her like all of the plot points and pinch points and everything that you should hit in a story. I like that one. I also read Save the Cat, but I like this one better. And this is her structure is what I followed for when I was plotting, but I added like I stretched it out more and like broke it into smaller pieces to make it more manageable for me. Also, her creating character arcs, that one is really good about like the internal emotional development of your character in your story. I really liked that one and I read that one. And then the other one that I read is this one, Theme. And I highly recommend those three because basically, as she put it in her books, they're all tied together. Theme, plot, and your character arcs, they should be like woven in your story like a braid. Like they're like all braided together, and that's what creates your story and gives it meaning and makes it uh, really good. So, highly recommend those. Um, okay. Both are excellent to listen to while driving. Okay, I will do that. I didn't know there was a podcast for the Helping Authors one. I'm definitely going to check that one out. But I've listened to Kate and Abby on YouTube, and I do like them, so I will check them out as well. Um, thank you for recommending those. And with that, let's jump back into our next sprint. I think this might be my last one because I'm getting a little distracted. I don't know how many words I'm actually going to get done, but I do feel like I'm making progress, even though I got distracted on the whole character thing. I think that will be beneficial. I'll probably keep working on that, so I don't think I'm going to really get very many words on this next sprint, but we will see. That being said, let's jump into the next one. And good luck on your editing, writing, whatever it is that you are working on, and I will check in with you at the break. Alrighty, welcome back from that last sprint. How did it go for you? I did not get any words written. I was still in my Pinterest rabbit hole, but I did figure out what I want some of the characters to look like, so that's helpful. I'll have a reference for when I start writing and whatnot. So a little bit of progress there, but no written words, which means that my total for today was 852 words. And putting that into TrackBear, it says that to reach my 20,000 word goal, I need 12,931 words in the next 2 days to reach that by June 30th. But that is definitely not going to happen. So I don't see myself writing 12,000 words in the next 2 days. But I'm proud that I've been working on this consistently this month. That was basically my whole entire goal with Write-A-Thon, was to just start to get more consistent. Any of the characters based on you? No, I don't think so. I mean, they might have like similar traits to me, like as far as like personality, but it is not based on me. They do not look like me at all. Are yours based on you? Do they look like you or anything like that? I know people say that when you write, you always put a little bit of yourself in whatever you write. So I'm sure that will come up when I start writing, but they do not look like me, no. But yeah, TrackBear's all updated. What is this saying? So total this month, I've written 7,069 words. The goal was 20,000, but that's all right. I will take that. Okay. That. Okay. I think that is going to be the last sprint of the day. I'm going to go get lunch and then do my Sunday reset and all of that stuff. However, the next stream that I'm going to be doing is going to be on Tuesday, June 30th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to get more writing done, feel free to come join then. That's going to be the last day of Write-A-Thon, so I kind of wanted to do that and get some more writing done then. I will probably do weekend sprints more. I feel like I'm more productive on the weekends than I am during the week. I was trying to do during the week sprints to like stay on track and everything, but I feel like I'm kind of more productive on the weekends. Good job for you too. How many chapters did you end up getting editing? You can't join then, you're working. Okay. That's all right. I think I'll probably do another one next weekend. Maybe. It's the 4th of July, so we'll see. If not next weekend, the weekend after. But I think I'm going to start trying to do weekend sprints more. I feel like I'm more productive. I get more done. I can work for longer than I can during the work week. And I think I kind of like them better. So if I don't do every Saturday, maybe every other Saturday, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the chat or in the comments what you would want to see. But I am going to call it a day with that since my totals are all updated. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on replay, thank you for joining. I guess all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I will be back here on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. to do more sprints. And if not this upcoming weekend, next weekend, the weekend after, I'll do more sprints. I'll put it in. I'll look at my schedule and go ahead and schedule one out. So it should be up on my channel shortly once I figure out when to do one. But thank you for joining me. I hope it was very productive for you today. Thank you for joining me on the sprints, and y'all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.